Okay, good afternoon everyone. I am Benjamin Viton, and before we start, can I have your answers please to our activity? Okay, andito na ba lahat? Meron pang hindi nakapasa. Okay, so I guess andito na lahat. Okay, so let's begin with discussing your answers from our activity. Ito ka yung last bus letter kanina. Ay, can you please give me a number?
5.
Okay, so starting from the back, please count off 1 to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so let's start. So dito lang na 5. Okay, so
Sa sunod mag-class number na lang kayo mga kasi time waster yung
sige po, ma'am. Okay, so, mabasa ko ba ng theory yung question number 1 or yung statement number 1?
Allows
What is your answer? Yeah.
strength po.
Strength. Can you tell us why it is strength of an essay item?
Based on your discussion sa video, strength is deep understanding, complex thinking, and reasoning skills can be assessed. And according to the questions, allow students to organize and express their own ideas and explain their why strength.
Great. Thank you. That is correct. It is a strength of an essay item because it allows students to express their own ideas rather than selecting or just choosing a correct answer from the given choices. So, Miss, can you give me a number?
10.
Okay, so from the class, please, who is the number 10 from there? Number 2.
Takes a long time to score, especially with many weakness.
Okay, so can you tell us why it is a weakness?
It is a weakness because it takes a long time to get the scores of students.
Okay, so it takes a long time to score, especially with many students. So considering that we have two different scoring method, which is the holistic scoring method and the analytic scoring method. Do you think that these are a weakness of the Do you think that this weakness of an essay item can be strengthened with using either of the two scoring method? Holistic scoring method at saka analytic scoring method. Kumbaga, di ba, it takes a long time to score. So, pwede ba natin padaliin yung pag-score using either or whether of that two methods of scoring? Yes, so you said that we can have remedy for this problem by that scoring methods. And which specifically scoring method do you think that it can strengthen this weakness?
It's the
Analytical scoring method. So based on our discussion from the video, holistic scoring method is we are scoring or grading the response. Okay, you can take your. We are scoring by the overall quality of the response of a student, and the analytic scoring method is there are specific skills with corresponding points to be scored, and you said that when we use analytic scoring method, we can lessen the time for scoring, right? Okay, so by that, in what process using that analytic scoring method, it can lessen the time of scoring? Yeah.
In what process?
Paano natin gagamitin yung analytic scoring para ma-lessen yung time ng pag-score natin sa ano? Mag-start tayo sa start ko muna sa ano dapat yung di ba meron tayong restricted and extended essay. So, by using that analytic scoring method, ano dapat ang gagamitin natin na type of essay? Is it a restricted or an extended essay?
The restricted.
Okay, so you said that it can lessen the time for scoring when you're using the restricted. Can you tell us why?
Because it has a limitations.
Okay, thank you. So that's correct. No, we can lessen the time for scoring using the analytics and dapat it aligns with our essay items. Kasi ang analytic scoring method is best siya gamitin sa restricted essay item because you are just measuring a specific skills and the response of the student has a limitation. So, hindi natin ubusin ang ano na to. So, okay na yun. At least man lang malaman natin kung ano yung pinagkaiba or ano yung strength and weakness ng essay item. So, let's proceed with the so here are the answers from the activity. So, yan, yung kanina, tama yun. Let's proceed with the restricted response versus extended response. Miss, can you give me a number?
Number 7.
Okay, so number 7 from the classes. Okay, so number 1, what is your answer? Is it restricted or extended?
I think it is a restricted response.
Okay, since why?
Since according to the sentence, to the question, it refers to student to respond with a specific list or yung 2 to 3 sentences. So I think we can consider it.
Okay, thank you. So since may clue tayo doon na specific list of points in just 2 to 3 sentences, kapag meron na tayong nakita 2 to 3 sentences, which means yan na yung limitation. So automatic na restricted response na yun. And number 2 is give students freedom to choose how to organize and support their argument. So what do you think? Is it a restricted or extended?
Extended.
Yeah, because it gives freedom to students to choose how to organize and support their argument. So meaning there are no limitations for their answers or responses. Okay, so much for that. Here are the answers. Okay, so I have here a question. Mister, can you give me a number, please? A number. Okay, give me a number from 10 to 15.
10 to 15.
Yeah. Okay, number 12. Okay, so when you think of a test or an exam, what kinds of questions do you usually expect to see? Yeah.
So when taking an exam, sige mo, gawin na natin ang basis sa mga,
Sige.
when, it comes to exam by analogy, most same mga offensive exam. So, merong scenarios included and usually modified yung binary.
Okay, so you say that binary question. So binary question has a only two choices, right? So it is considered as multiple choice type of exam. Okay, so next question for you is: have you ever taken a test where you had to write a long answer on an essay? How do you feel compared to answering multiple choice questions?
Actually, it's a mixed emotion. Because first, when answering multiple choice, easy lang mag-guess up yung mga answers, right? Well, not guess, but we have a choice. Like, we just have to read the questions. So that's the pros now when it comes to multiple choice. Compared to essay, true naman na very lengthy siya and very wordy when you're answering it, but kasi na-complex siya, so teacher tends to give us longer time to answer. So, and meron na tayong time to think about our answer. So, meron tayong time to think critically on how we can compose or construct our answer.
Okay, so you said that it is a mixed emotions. Is it hard or easier than the multiple choice or better than the multiple choice? Is it hard or easier than the multiple choice?
Based on my
Based on your own experience.
Okay. I think multiple choice is easier compared to essay.
Okay, so you're saying that essay item is harder than or compared with the multiple methods. You can have your explain more. So yeah, it is true that it is hard for us to take an essay type of exam, but that hard part of the essay items is actually the strength of an essay items because it promotes our critical thinking skills and it encourages us to it encourages to have deep understanding of the lessons that we have, and it promotes our reasoning skills. Okay, so Mr. Paulo.
Number
Yes.
24.
Okay, so the question is, why do you think some teachers choose to give essay questions instead of just using true or false or multiple choice? So the number is 24.
I think the teacher chose to give an essay question because they tend to measure the critical thinking skills of the student that they want to measure. So probably mas ma-measures ng essay critical thinking skills of a student compared to binary questioning. So,
Okay, so you said that the teacher wants to measure the critical thinking skills. So, can you agree that when teacher uses an essay item, the purpose of it is to assess the higher order thinking skills of a student?
yes po.
Okay, so okay, so we already know the difference between the restricted response essay and the extended response essay. So I have here an example. State Newton's second law of motion and provide one real-world example. So, Mr. Can you give me a number?
Ano number nito yan? 25, 29, 28.
Okay, so number 28.
Please.
Okay, so here's the question, and here is actually an example of an essay item. So just determine whether it is restricted or an extended, and why.
Restricted because it only asks for a relatively short answer.
Okay, so based on the definition of restricted and response, it has a relatively short answer and a simple. Okay, thank you. Can I continue? And in here, in this example, it only asks about the second law of motion, which is very limited and only one real world example. So yeah, it is a restricted response essay. Next example, compare and contrast physical and chemical changes and explain how understanding of these concepts can help in everyday life. Include at least 2 examples of each. So, Miss, can you give me a number?
27.
Okay, good. Same instruction, let's repeat whether it is restricted or extended and that's why.
Extended response.
Ayan, okay. So,
Why?
extended.
Because students have a freedom to explain their understanding about the concept.
Okay, so what gives the student the freedom to respond in whichever way they wish to respond? Okay, so what structure of or what words in this example give the students the freedom to? Okay, so yeah, that's right. Explain because if you are thank you, you can take your seat. If you want your student to explain, that is a broad type of question. So, and you can see there are a lot of questions that has to be answered. So the student has the freedom to organize in whichever way they wish to respond. So certainly it is a extended response essay. Okay, so here are the checklists for writing and selecting essay items. So is the targeted reasoning skill measured? First, is the second is the task clearly specified? Is there enough time to answer the questions? Are choices among several questions coincident? So based on the first checklist, why is it important that we identify once we identify our target thinking skill of a student? Why is it important that to make sure that the target measuring skill measured? Sino ba yung last na nagsagot? Okay. Please give me a number. 46. Do we have a 46 from our classmates?
Wala.
Okay, give me a number from 1 to 7. Okay, so meron. Sorry.
45.
Okay, so the question is, when we are constructing or writing an essay item, why is it important that the targeted reasoning skill measured?
Important the targeting
Okay, so kapag gumagawa tayo ng essay item, bakit importante to make sure na yung target reasoning skill natin ay ma-measured?
Okay. It is important to target the reasoning skills of the student.
Bakit important na siguraduhin natin na ma-measure yung target? Yeah.
It is important to measure the reasoning skills
skills because for this is we can really identify if we really understand the concept that is being given or not.
Okay, okay. What do you think the best thing to do to make sure that our target thinking skill is measured when giving a essay item? What is the best practice or best thing to do when we are writing an essay item? Okay, so kapag gumagawa tayo ng essay item, di ba, importante na yung target natin na thinking skill. We have various thinking skills of a student. There's a presentation, comparison, recalling, understanding. So, ano ang best practice para ma-sure natin? Halimbawa, ang target thinking skill mo is comparison. Ano ang best thing to do doon sa essay question mo para yung skill na comparison is yun ang gagamitin ng student sa pagsagot sa iyong question? Okay, so
last na question ko yan.
okay, so simplify pa natin. Suppose that you want to measure the comparison thinking skill of a student.
I would comparison.
Suppose. So, let it be a comparison. So, ano ang mga words na dapat makita doon sa question mo when you are measuring the comparisons thinking skill of a student?
The difference and the similarities siguro. Ana?
Okay, so
we're doing the two concept, Ana.
yes, thank you. So that is precisely right, no? If we are going to, or once we identified our target thinking skill of a student, it is important that the words we are going to use in our essay item should elicit that specific skill. So we make sure that the student going to answer using that reasoning skill.
Summarize, like really summarize.
Okay, so that's it. For the summary, an essay item is a type of assessment that has an open-ended question which allows students to express or respond whichever they wish to respond. Of course, they have the freedom to organize their ideas. No, they can use their own opinions. They can be creative in answering. And we have two types of essay: the restricted and extended response essay. So the restricted has a limitation in terms of the answers that we want from our students, and the extended gives more freedom to students to express their answers. And here we have the checklist that we have to consider when writing and selecting essay items. And of course, we also have a checklist for scoring items. No? So, gusto ko lang iabot dito is pag mag-score tayo ng essay items, suppose that we give several questions to our students, several essay items. So, halimbawa, we give 3 questions or essay items. So, it is really important sa pag-score nito. It is, of course, tama yung scoring method na ginamit natin kapag restricted yung essay natin, dapat analytic yung gamitin natin. And kapag extended, dapat holistic ang method na gamitin natin. And dapat we score the answers one at a time. What we mean by this is, sabi ko kanina, meron tayong tatlong essay items, di ba? So, the best thing to do to increase the reliability and the precision of our scoring is we scored each item one at a time. So, mag-score tayo, halimbawa, we have many students, right? So, kapag nag-score tayo ng number 1 na item, hindi tayo agad mag-proceed ng number 2 with the same paper. We move next to the next paper and we score the number 1 hanggang matapos lahat ng number 1. And we, it is important to change the orders. And another thing is we have to keep the identity of our student anonymous. Kumbaga, dapat hindi mo lang natin makita yung pangalan ng kung kaninong answer yung ina-score natin. So, you can tell your students to write their names on the back of their papers because we have, or it avoids what we call the halo effect. Are you familiar with that term? Okay, so the halo effect is it emphasizes the power of first impression to the person. So kapag ang unang impression natin sa student natin is magaling siya sa isang bagay, halimbawa sa pag-memorize, so maaari natin isipin na or probably mag-assume tayo na magaling din siya sa pagsulat ng essay. So dapat hindi natin muna malaman yung pangalan ng mga students na or ginigrade natin ang response para maiwasan yung halo effect na yun or maging ma-influensyahan ng impression natin dun sa student yung pag-score natin sa kanyang response. Of course, para maging reliable at saka mas precise yung pag-score natin. So, yun lang po. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, meron kanina doon sa ng flash, gusto ko lang i-discuss natin para clear tayo doon. Why should teachers avoid giving students choices as to what essay items to answer? Let's say, for example, the teacher sa isang test, nagbigay siya ng 5 essay questions and then give the students freedom to select like 3 out of 5 to answer. Why is that not recommended? Michelle?
Kasi ma'am, mas pipiliin nila yung alam nila na sasagutan. So doon yung uunahin nila. Instead doon sa mga involved yung critical thinking. So magpo-focus sila sa madali para sa kanila.
Okay, problematic yun lalo na kung iba't ibang objectives ang target ng bawat question. Alright, so pipiliin lang nila yung leader sila. So, anong conclusion mo doon sa hindi nila sinagutan? Tapos align siya sa other objectives. Okay, so wala kang information data tungkol sa kakayanan nila. We've experienced that, right? We've experienced that. Right? So, yan yung isa sa mga dapat iwasan natin, ha? Giving students choices dun sa ano ang sasagutan nila na essay. I think kanina na-discuss or na-explain ano nga ang mas tama gradean. Halimbawa, meron akong 3 essay items. Sagutan ng lahat ng estudyante. Tapos, ano ba yung mas tamang gawin? Gradean ko muna yung lahat ng sagot ni Paulo bago ako pumunta sa sagot ni Yaman? Sorry. Pangalan niya? Eric. Tama ba yung ganun na bago ako pumunta sa sagot ni Kenzie, tapos kay Catherine? Tama ba yung ganun? Okay, bakit hindi yung okay nga ulit? The halo effect. Alright? Sige. Kung pangit ang sagot niya sa 1, baka maapektuhan yung score ko sa kanya sa number 2 or number 3. Kung maganda ang sagot niya sa number 1, pwedeng hindi na masyadong basahin ng teacher yung number 2 na sagot niya. So, maganda na rin ang score sa number 2, number 3. Okay? Kaya, mas maganda na isahin muna, tapusin muna. Number 1 muna si teacher, diba? Tapos merong sample answer ang bawat number, o hindi kaya may rubric ang bawat number. Imagine mo mag-shift ang teacher from one rubric to another. Napaka-time consuming yun, diba? Hindi siya efficient, hindi siya practical. So for practicality reasons din, mas maganda na isahin muna yung number 1 muna for all students, number 2 for all students, etc. Okay, so yun yung mga dapat natin tandaan ha pagdating ng essay question. Alright, sige. Meron akong iba actually na concerns, pero gusto ko nang i-confirm. Sige, sa susunod na lang ito na natin, na pag-uusapan natin. Alright? Paolo, kindly update me kasi kung wala tayong pasok bukas, so paano nyo ma-update? Kulitin ang teacher.
Kumaya gabi. At the one later.
Or baka nandiyan pa sila, o nasiso pa man lang, baka nandiyan pa sila, puntahan ninyo ha, tapos i-update ninyo ako. Ang problem kasi natin class, kung hindi tayo maka-class sa Friday, mag-extend na tayo after final exam dito.